just gonna do this video right here in the car. I'm just trying to discuss about something that's open and honest, because I do spank my child. I will be honest. It's trying to really figure this out, because as many of you know, at the given time, I live with my folks. I know it's Christmas, but it's very frustrating to deal with when you live with people like narcissistic parents who make it about them, who make it about their needs and wants all the time. At the same time, it's like I'm also working, I'm also exhausted, and I sleep most of the time, or I just end up laying down because I'm so tired and beat. And it can be very frustrating, especially if like you're a 5-year-old and you're trying to keep things clean and neat and trying to keep things under control as much as possible. And most of the time it's like I want to get things done. You know, I've been trying to do that. I've been making sure I can get my performance back up at work. But right now, I'm exhausted too. I am so exhausted to the point where I just don't know how to keep up anymore. And it's like what I used to be in the past is not what I am now. Responsibilities pile up. I have to think about realistically what needs to get done for Jeremiah. And being a single parent is something that I'm trying to work through as well. And I'm not good at it. I'll be honest, I'm not really good with it. But at least I'm being honest about it. And I wish I had recordings of the voice or arguments that we get, because sometimes though I do get angry with my kid. And yes, there are times I do, I'm a little blunt and a little too harsh with my own kid, because I'm so exhausted. And I know there are many parents out there who do the same thing too. But does that really make it abusive? No, it's more like trying to teach them a lesson that some things cannot be tolerated anymore. And it can be very, very difficult, because it's like you're trying to teach a 5-year-old or almost a 6-year-old how to somewhat train them to behave in some way. It's like having a puppy, but it's your own kid. I don't mean to sound negative or just, referring my son to a dog, but sometimes it feels like that, because it's like, oh my God, like it's like I'm just suppressing his side of him wanting to do everything, but you can't always do that either. So the impulsivity has to be dwindled down a little bit. So I'm trying to work on that. Like, he reminds me of me when I was a kid. At least I see it. I see parts of him in me. And I see the situation as it is. We have to go backwards in order to move forward, even if it is small steps. And so my parents told them that they expected the cops to be on their side. Did not work, because they don't really see things logically or realistically. Everything is emotion based with them. So when things are emotional based, you're not seeing things strategically. And I've noticed these things. I'm very good at detective work. I'm very good at seeing things from all sorts of life. But you don't realize how this can become a problem if it's not looked at, looked at clearly. And I've read so many different articles. I have been through so much with them, and it's been quite trivial. The nature of my parents trying to want control when I went through this is because they want money from the government. And that's the underlying things like I've been through with them. It's one of those things. I have paperwork to prove it, but I don't have proof with court, because it will be gone against me in an instant. The truth is knowing the fact that someone who has grown up in such a conservative background realizes that when you raise a child or raise a person, it's not out of love, it's about conditions. And because of these conditions, a lot of times you are put up in a pedestal and with the gold stars or whatever the case may be, and you have to be a certain way to these people. It's about image. And if you don't portray this image correctly, you end up in a state where everything is taken away from you. Instead of showing unconditional love, everything was based on conditions. Everything is about imagery. Everything's about what they perceive as good and bad. Everything's black and white. And there's no gray or in between. And because there is no in between, this can cause, it's like kicking the hornet's nest. And a lot of people will speak up about it. Like, I will speak up about this. I have noticed this over the years of what I've been through. And my sister is the type of person, like, I can't really talk about her. She's a puppet to my parents' string still, even though she's married. They don't really think about the repercussions of another person, because that's what they do. Narcissists do not care about the repercussions. They only care about what it is they can get or take from you. Like, they took 16 grand of insurance money. It put me stuck for 5 years of trying to move around and do things. I couldn't do anything. And I live in the suburbs. And I remember putting that in a video that has 1.5 thousand views now. And I'm so grateful for that, because that also helped me share that I'm not the only one. But it's so exhausting. Trying to save up, trying to put money in the bank to give him the life that he deserves. Be able to be more independent, you know? The fight that I had to get my mom's old car because of all that. Like, and I'm taking steps to make that happen. But there is no magical solution. There is no magical, solutions to problems like this. But these types of people just want you to get out of their lives because they want quote unquote peace. But in reality, they can't even have peace within themselves. And that's something that I am working through on my own too. And I know I'm getting off topic and went a little bit of a deep end, but I really wish I can sort things out. I can't compromise with these people anymore, because it's about one-sidedness. It's about how they expect life to be. I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer, but having the cops call for no apparent reason is just ridiculous. They say that I'm a liar when I see these patterns all the time. And they call me the one that's the problem child when they have caused the problem too. It takes two to tango. But it's up to you and who you want to believe in. Because you can't compromise with someone who is uncompromisable a lot of times. And that's okay. I don't expect everybody to believe my story. I don't expect people to understand. But for those of you who do understand, know the nature of how this works. And you understand the nature of how deceptive this can be if it's not dealt with immediately. And I get it. So I'm going for a little drive like I normally do, because I can't just sit at home right now. They could call me useless. They could call me whatever. Because I have to work in the afternoon too. Like, I am doing everything I can. Like, I can't be in two places at once. I don't have help from many people. I just do what I gotta do to make things right. Am I perfect? No. But I hope to improve over time. That I hope to improve the way I see things. And I hope to improve, my own life. In many ways, in all sorts of ways. So, anyways, I'm gonna get going. I hope this video helps, and I hope that people are having a better Christmas than I am right now. Because I think Christmas is another day for me. I never really, never was really doing anything. All I was doing is just cleaning and making sure Jeremiah stuff is cleaned up and all that. But this is the end of the day. It's a weekend, and I have tomorrow to go to work. So I get some rest too. Anyways, have a good day, guys, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video, or see you guys in my next video.